What if I told you there's a 1969 Camaro out there that can command a price tag of $800,000, or a Corvette that recently crossed the auction block for over $3 million? These aren't just ordinary classic cars. They're powered by some of the most elusive Chevrolet engines ever created. In fact, today we're looking at 5 Chevrolet power plants so scarce that the majority of enthusiasts will never see one in person. We're talking about engines where production numbers were in the double digits, in some cases as few as 69 built, 57 produced, and even one so exclusive that only 2 examples ever reached the public. Let's explore the 5 rarest Chevrolet engines ever made, starting with the one that cemented the Corvette's reputation as a true performance contender. Back in 1963, Chevrolet was still figuring out how to make the Corvette a serious player in the sports car market. When the model launched in 1953, it wasn't exactly a roaring success. Out of the first 300 built, just 183 were sold. Enter Zora Arkus Duntov, the man who would become known as the godfather of Corvette performance. Duntov believed America's sports car could go toe-to-toe with the best from Europe, and by 1963 his vision took form in the first ever Z06 package. This wasn't just about flashy badges or cosmetic upgrades, it was a race-bred performance package built to challenge Ferrari and Porsche head-on. At the heart of the 1963 Corvette Z06 was the L84 engine, a 360 cubic inch V8 producing an impressive 360 horsepower, a staggering figure for the era. With a 4-inch bore, 3.25-inch stroke, and a high 11.25-to-1 compression ratio, it demanded premium fuel and rewarded drivers with a thrilling top speed of 142 miles per hour. The Rochester Ramjet fuel injection system was years ahead of its time, delivering precision fuel metering that made carburetors look primitive. Over its production run from 1963 to 1967, only 199 Z06 models were built, and within that, just 63 received the ultra-rare big tank endurance racing option, swapping the standard 20-gallon tank for a 36-gallon one. Today, these big tank Z06s can sell for around $500,000, a true collector's treasure. If the L84 was Chevrolet's way of announcing its arrival on the world stage, the L88 was a declaration of all-out performance war. Introduced in 1967 and produced through 1969, the L88 was a 427 cubic inch big block officially rated at 430 horsepower. In reality, it made closer to 550 horsepower. Chevrolet intentionally underrated the engine to deter inexperienced buyers. This was not a street-friendly motor. With a 12.5-to-1 compression ratio, it needed 103-octane fuel, often the same high-grade gasoline used in aircraft. Everything about it was designed for the track, from its aluminum heads to its aggressive camshaft profile. Capable of pushing a Corvette to 171 miles per hour, the L88 was so extreme that dealers often discouraged customers from ordering it. Only 216 were ever produced across its 3-year run, making it one of the most valuable Corvettes in existence today, with C2 examples fetching over $3 million at auction.
Then there's the legend of the 1969 Camaro ZL1, a story of persistence, loopholes, and one dealer's refusal to take no for an answer. Fred Gibb, a Chevrolet dealer in Illinois, wanted to put Chevrolet's most powerful engine, the all-aluminum 427 ZL1, into the Camaro. This engine was designed for Can-Am racing, making over 500 horsepower and 449 pound-feet of torque, and it was never intended for road cars. However, Gibb discovered a gap in Chevrolet's ordering system that allowed him to special order 50 ZL1-equipped Camaros, forcing GM's hand and giving birth to one of the rarest muscle cars ever built. Back in the late 1960s, most dealerships stuck to the factory catalog when ordering cars, but a few insiders knew about something called the Central Office Production Order System, or CPO for short. It was meant for fleet orders and special use vehicles, not one-off high-performance builds. But Illinois Chevrolet dealer Fred Gibb saw an opportunity. Using CPO, he ordered the most extreme Camaro imaginable, the CPO 9560, better known as the ZL1 Camaro. This wasn't just an engine swap, it was a purpose-built monster. The ZL1 engine was crafted entirely from aluminum, including the block, heads, intake manifold, and water pump. That shaved about 100 pounds off the weight compared to the iron block L88, yet still packed 427 cubic inches of displacement. Rated at 500 horsepower, it was capable of tearing through the quarter mile in just 11.64 seconds, supercar territory for 1969. But that performance came at a price, literally. The ZL1 option alone cost more than $4,700, pushing the final sticker past $7,200. Adjusted for today, that's roughly $50,000 for a Camaro, which was actually more expensive than a base model Corvette at the time. That hefty price tag meant only serious racers and deep-pocketed enthusiasts could justify buying one. In the end, just 69 ZL1 Camaros rolled off the line. Most went straight to the drag strip, while a handful found their ways into private garages. With a 4.251-inch bore, 3.76-inch stroke, and a 12.25-to-1 compression ratio, it was essentially a race engine detuned just enough to survive street driving. The aluminum design not only saved weight, but also dissipated heat more effectively, allowing it to handle the brutal stresses of high RPM operation. Today, a genuine ZL1 Camaro can command $800,000 or more at auction, more than 16 times the value of a standard '69 V8 Camaro. The ZL1 Camaro was the ultimate expression of first-generation Camaro performance, born from one dealer's persistence and Chevrolet's willingness to bend the rules for someone who truly understood what muscle cars were all about. Now, let's rewind to 1962, when Chevrolet's performance engineers were quietly working on something mysterious. Vince Piggins, one of the most influential figures in Chevy's high-performance program, initiated a secret order to take the existing 409 cubic inch engine and turn it into a 427. The result was known inside the company as the mystery engine, so secret that even many Chevrolet employees didn't know it existed. Two versions emerged, called the Mark I and Mark II, with plans to fit them into just 50 examples of the 1963 Impala SS Sport Coupe. But this wasn't just a bigger engine in a standard body. These cars had aluminum body panels to cut 300 pounds off the weight compared to a normal 409 Impala. When the mystery engine debuted at the 1953 Daytona 500, hidden under the hoods of two Z06 Corvettes, it baffled competitors, racing commentators, and even some Chevrolet insiders. Later that year, the mystery engine became part of the ZL1 package for the Impala. This 427 cubic inch V8 was rated at 430 horsepower and a stump-pulling 575 pound-feet of torque. It had a 4.312-inch bore, 3.65-inch stroke, an 11-to-1 compression ratio, solid lifters, a high-lift cam, and a single 4-barrel carburetor. Built mainly for drag racing, the ZL1 package also included a heavy-duty suspension, 4-speed manual, limited slip differential, special wheels, and unique trim. Only 57 ZL1 Impalas were produced, and fewer than 50 are believed to exist today. A surviving example can easily sell for over $500,000, 10 times the value of a standard '63 Impala SS. And then there's the crown jewel, the 1969 Corvette ZL1. If the other engines on this list are rare, this one is practically mythical. Based on the same all-aluminum 427 found in the ZL1 Camaro, the Corvette version was tuned for maximum performance and refinement. It cranked out a staggering 560 horsepower, 130 more than the already fearsome L88. It featured a dry sump oiling system for sustained high-speed cornering, a magnesium oil pan, ported cylinder heads and aluminum roller-tipped rocker arms, all designed to optimize airflow and withstand extreme RPM operation. Today, a genuine ZL1 Camaro can command $800,000 or more at auction, more than 16 times the value of a standard '69 V8 Camaro. From the pioneering L84 to the secretive Z11, the dealer-forced ZL1 Camaro, the fearsome L88, and the almost mythical ZL1 Corvette, these engines represent a golden age when Chevrolet pushed the limits of performance without compromise. They were born in an era when engineers were given free rein, costs were secondary, and the only goal was to build the fastest, most powerful machines on the road and track. That era may be long gone, but the echoes of these engines still resonate through the Chevrolet lineup. From the modern ZL1 Camaro to the high-performance offerings in Corvettes, trucks, and SUVs, the legacy of these iconic engines lives on in every performance-oriented Chevrolet vehicle.